Good morning, and thank you all for joining us today. My name is Rashmita, and I'm the event planner for Microsoft Reactor Bengaluru, India. This session will run over the next 120 minutes, including Q&A. The session is being recorded and will be uploaded to our Reactor YouTube channel. I will share the link to our YouTube channel in the chat section soon. Before we begin, please take a moment to read our code of conduct. We are all here to learn together, so please be respectful of other people's views, understanding of differences, being kind and considerate in the way you engage. The chat will be open throughout, and we do encourage you all to participate. Also, please keep your mics muted during the session. I would now like to welcome Swamy, our speaker for today's session. He is an aspirant software architect and currently works at Applied Information Sciences. He loves to learn about new technologies. But for now, I will hand over to Swamy to begin the session. Over to you, Swamy.
Hey, thanks, Rashmita. Hey, guys. Good morning. Let's start. So there are quite a lot of things today we'll be covering. So this is my GitHub. And all the series from session 10 is here. And if you go back in Vishipiler, you will see speaker series 2021, where you will see previous, it's starting from 9. So previous 8 episodes you will see there. So the code for this series or this session is here. And yes, Sachin, I'm pasting it. And I'll paste my complete profile here, the GitHub one. Taking too much of time, I would like to just go and do a quick 30 seconds view on this one. What is that I was talking about? Is something of this kind. We will start, and it's a long journey. It's not we'll be doing in 1 or 2 or 4 sessions. It takes enough time. It's already started 4 months ago to a decent extent. This products microservice is done. So some of these are I'm building it in parallel. So a little bit of this and an Angular and server side is there and admin bits and pieces and a bit of identity. It's all there, bits and pieces, but I'll need a little bit time to stitch all these things. That's one thing, or we can go ahead with any of the other certification series. Okay, any of this certification series that we can go. I just want to take a real quick 1 minute to showcase on. This was one of the slide where we was showing about the Kubernetes and other things. This belongs to the microservices thing. I don't want to derail today's session, so I just wanted to give you a quick glance and I'll take a voting again when we complete the session. Okay, so now coming back to today's session, let me quickly go back and stick to the game plan. Come in here. I am still updating the documentation. I'll update it, but to a decent extent, the documentation is up and running because since 2 days I'm having fever, so I couldn't update it. Good that I started over the weekend, this one. So this will not match with exact what is this thing. I've already given the learn module over here in this link and also the source code for today's session. I'll add some of the source code. We will deploy the static web apps also that we will do live. OK, so we'll explore this blob storage. There are a bunch of things which we can learn as part of the theory. So what I thought is to mix this explore Azure Blob storage with creating in Azure portal while navigating from page to page. We can stop by and come back and learn the theory and then go and carry on. That way, no, we will save time instead of spending 10-15 minutes on theoretical stuff. At least we'll be able to switch. Guys, as I was mentioning, I'm having a little bit of throat infection and slight fever. So apologize if I'm sneezing or sorry for that. Okay, so then we'll use Azure CLI to do that. And then again, we'll explore a couple of options, Azure Storage Explorer versus uh, Azure Storage Browser. Okay, we'll see those two things. How do we play around that? And we'll touch upon what is AZ copy and what is the advantage of using AZ copy over some other programming like AZCLI or something else. And again, we'll see the blob storage lifecycle, and then we'll get the metadata of the blob in two ways. One is through the uh, curl command, and one is through the postman. So if someone doesn't know how to do this one, I will give you the tip. How can we generate this one? Okay, we'll learn that. And a couple of mini projects I have piled it up. So this one is pretty big, needs a lot of time, and these two will do it live. Okay, so we have a lot of things to cover. So please fasten your seatbelt and let's hit the road. And this is the one Azure developed solution that use blob storage. And this is Explore Blob, and this is Azure Blob Lifecycle. And this is working with blob storage. One of the section is this one that we will do it live, but rest is some things are prepared and something will do it live. Okay. Now that I'll just keep it. We'll go step by step. Okay. So first thing first. So Azure Blob uh, Azure Blob storage. So first we'll start with this one. It's like object storage solution for cloud. Okay, so let's quickly see that what is a storage account, and then we'll come back and we'll uh, start with the purely practical things, and then we'll come back. And I need volunteers. I need a couple of people. Just check that what is my IP address and keep it ready. I will ask you people. I want IPv4 IP address. Okay, just check for this one and keep it ready. I need one or two volunteers on this one. So that way we'll make it purely hands-on. Right. So let me open a couple of storage accounts. So you can see this. The queues we will come in the next section. So if you see that um, this is a storage account, we'll create it, but I just want to give a quick walkthrough on this one. So you can see containers, like each one of uh, the container will hold set of files. Okay, so here I have uh, one thing is this products images, one is just for demo, and one is eShop for restaurant. Okay, this topic will come in future, but I just want to execute it to see that. So at this point of time, this access tier, okay, that's the last topic, but I want to do it. It might take few hours together. If we are lucky, we will see that change, but we will see that. I'm selecting this right now. It is in archive tier. We'll come back and fix that. What is archive tier? I just want to change its tier from archive to hot. So the moment reiterate it says that standard or high. So if it is high, uh, it takes some extra charge, but we are fine doing that one. So I put it in, it's reiterating. We'll come back and we'll see that what is that reiteration. Okay, that's one tip. I mean, that's part of our demo. Just wanted to do it live. Okay. Now coming back to this file share, we'll touch upon what is this file share in little later when we go to this Azure Cloud Shell. But as of now, our main focus will be this containers. So you have queues, the storage queues that will be coming session, and this is tables. So today's session is majorly around this one containers. Okay, that's the first part. Then we'll go to this one. Okay. Types of storage account. One thing is Azure. Uh, have this Azure Blob storage pricing. Okay. We can use this and we can discuss some of these things. Now, if you see this one, it gives the decent view about this pricing. Okay, what is that you want? Flat namespace or hierarchical? So right now we'll focus only on the flat namespace. And you can see this if it is LRS. And you can see this. Now suppose if it is GRS, you see that there is a shift in this price. If I select, we'll discuss what those are, but at least you see that the moment I shift from GRS to LRS, the prices are falling pretty cool. And you need to understand that these are the storage cost, data storage cost, and the retrieval cost will be something else. Okay, so you need to calculate everything. So what is that you're getting charged for storage and what is that you're getting charged for retrieval, like a data transfer. So sometimes you might gain on something, but sometimes you might pay more for that. So if you quickly see this one here from the storage perspective, here it cost, here it cost, the hot tier costs little less and the cool tier cost bit lesser than hot, and the archive tier is much cheaper there. But the other flip side is that archive tier, you should store something in archive tier only if you're 100% sure that you don't need to retrieve it. Minimum lifetime is 180 days. We'll see that rules of the game. And also to retrieve that, it might take few hours. So if it is high, while we are, why is this troubling me? Okay, thank God. Okay, I got disturbed because of this guy. Okay, so now never mind. Now we see this one. This was in archive tier. To bring it from archive tier to hot tier, I have to first rehydrate. There are two options. Either I can do a rehydrate or copy this from this container to other container, which is of hot tier. So I can do that. That will be much faster than this. Sometimes what it will happen is if it is a standard priority to rehydrate this, it might take hours, few hours, a max of 15 hours, but based on the data. But the other simplest thing is you can transfer from the archive tier to the hot tier. That will be much simpler. Okay. Please do let me know, Satish, if you are not able to see the screen, and please unmute your mic and speaker. That way, I'll know. Okay, so this we understood. And also we can change this one, and also the things will vary based on the region also. Like suppose if you see that in West US region, it is this one. And if I go to somewhere around Switzerland, you can see this. I have to pay a little bit more. If I come to East US, it is 1.6, but West US, it was cheap. Was it West US 2? Yeah, West US 2 is a little bit cheaper in the hot tier, but when it goes to some of the other places where you might find it a cheaper storage solution. But the thing is that you need to understand the latency to retrieve to store. Are you okay with the latency, or will the customers be unhappy we storing it that way? Okay, that's cool. So let's come back to our demos. Let's start with the first And let's go and fix the theory as and when we'll unearth. Okay, first let's create. So the types of storage. So general purpose, premium blobs, and premium page blocks, and premium file share. So mostly we'll focus on the general purpose, which will be this one. Okay, so let's spend 1 minute time, not much, to explore this piece. It is over here. So the hierarchy or the naming convention. This at the top level, you have a storage account, and inside the storage account, you can have one or more containers, and each container can have one or more blobs. Okay, we'll see that. This is a storage account. It will be the storage account. This is a naming convention, blob core windows.net, and container organize a set of blobs similar to the file system, but we will not have the folder structure, even though we add it as a folder structure, but that does not mean that it is having the folder structure. We'll see that example shortly. So the types of blobs is like you have a blob blobs. These are general purpose, which we'll be using to store text and binary data. Append blobs is mostly like a virtual machines, and logging the data. Append is you're adding more content. The page blobs is the random access used for random access, and that's used to store for Azure disk. Okay, that's pretty important. And encryption and trust and other things will start creating, and we'll see that. So first I'm going and clicking on create, and I'm saying that create a storage account, and let me select this. And the name, I can't have the capital. Okay, it should be lowercase numbers. That's it. It's between 3 and 24 characters, no hyphens, no special characters, no uppercase, also purely lowercase. So I'll use like ST for uh, July 2020 001, Dev 001, and I'm using East US. Okay, so do I need a standard or premium? That's a performance tiers. Okay, we'll get into that. So you can see that if I go to premium, so under premium, he's categorizing whether you want a blobs, premium block blobs, or file share, or page blobs. And again, you will have the redundancy option is only LRS. But if it is general standard general purpose, then that means it is a block blobs. Okay, here you have local redundant and geo redundant, zone redundant, geo zone redundant. So each one of them, you might have to pay some extra cost, but that depends upon your solution, what you are providing, whether do you need it. Like zone redundant is within the data center failure. Now, geo redundant is you want your data to be copied into the secondary region. That means you are having your storage account in South India. That means it will have a paid region, paid PAIRED. Sorry for my pronunciation. I'm having sore throat. So the paid region, it will copy that. And geo zone redundant. That's a bit of a combination of GRS and zonal, geo as well as zonal. So the cost will also matter. Now, what you want to give as part of your services combined with this one. So here, hierarchical namespace, like if you need the data lake storage Gen 2, you have to enable this. These are two pretty new options which will come with this one. I never explored it, but uh, by default, when you're creating a storage account, it will allow us whether it is a hot or cold, right? It will not show the archive tier access. Excuse me, sorry. So it will not show the archive tier. Archive tier is at an individual blob level. We'll see that. Now, if you need any of the files which are more than 100 TB, then you need to enable this one. Right now we don't. So at this point of time, I'm enabling for all, or else I can select it like private. And here, this is a pretty good important. Microsoft Network Routing will direct your traffic to enter the Microsoft Cloud as quickly as possible from its source. Okay, internet routing means it directs everything in the internet. We might get a little bit of extra cost because Microsoft is routing this data in its private network. So we might get charged a little bit more than internet routing. Internet routing is going through the internet. It's a little bit of added security. And soft delete is like you delete something, then uh, it will still stay there and give us an option to recover that if needed. So that's being enabled. I'm just keeping as it is. Now coming back to this encryption. So that's called encryption as rest. Okay. And enable infrastructure and encryption is a little bit on top of this one. But encryption at rest means all the files and everything, whatever we store it here, are by default encrypted. That is called SSE encryption. SSC. Oh God, this is too much. Uh, okay, see this. So this is called server-side encryption, Azure storage. Automatically encrypts the data when it is persisted. So when the data is in rest. But when the data is in transit, we already told that it should enable the SSL somewhere. TSL option we have selected in whether in advanced, where did we select? Yeah, I think in advanced we selected that. So this TLS version. So the minimum TLS version. So the data when it is getting transited, that also it gets encrypted. And right now the TLS 1.2 we are using it. Let's use the same one. And tags we don't need it. Let's go and uh, create this one. It will take a little bit time. Okay, that's good. It's preparing. So we saw that. We saw about this one and storage encryption, data at rest, and transit. Okay, redundancy options also we have touched upon. And this also we have seen that when you select premium, it asks for premium, whether it is for premium blob or page blobs, block blobs or page blobs or premium file share. Okay, but it is a pretty important thing to understand these options. Okay, what do you need? What service do you need, and what other options do you have when you select this one? So you can go to this page. So the type of storage account. Okay, supported service. If you see that if you take general purpose V2, it includes the blob storage. That includes the data lake. We have seen that hierarchical namespace. You have queue, your table storage and Azure files. When it is coming to the premium blob, so it is only the block storage, data lake included, and the type of redundancy option. So premium block, it has got only LRS and ZRS. And the premium file share, it supports only the file share. You can't have this table storage or queue storage or block storage. And page blobs is only for the page blobs. So please refer this piece of information, which is very important before you choose what type of table storage and why do you use it. I mean, well, a few of the scenarios when, okay, that's one thing. I think by this time that is done. Let's go here. Okay, this is the one. Um, okay, so let me come in here. So this is what we did it, and we can create it using the Cloud Shell also. We'll see that in a moment. I'll park this here and go and create another .azure.com. Let's wait until it gives us the control. So it's requesting the creation of Cloud Shell. So the moment it creates the Cloud Shell, it will back this content of this Cloud Shell into a file share, which is not related at this point of time, but still I wanted to just give a quick touch upon. You can see this one, that storage account is backed up here. So what is that? Well, we'll see that. So it takes us to that storage account where we will be having the block storage, where we will be having the block storage. All these files, which will be backed up in the storage account. Okay, cancel this one. I am seeing. Let me go here. Why is that? The mouse is troubling. Okay, no problem. This will be backed up by the storage account. This guy will give us an opportunity to manage files here. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I was looking for, that option. So everything you can see this one, hello.txt, that we should be able to see all these things here. All the files, whatever we have it here, which will be backed up in this one. So if I go to the Cloud Console, you see this 5 TB. So this is what the backed up storage for Azure Cloud Shell. OK, that's cool. So just wanted to touch upon that. Even though you save some files in this Cloud Shell, that will be backed up in the file share, which will be allocated for this one. So a file share is must before you start the Cloud Shell. OK. Okay, I think Mahesh Singh, I just showed that one. Hey guys, if you have some query, please unmute your mic, because I will be mainly focusing on this screen. So I might see the message a little bit late. Huh? So that's one thing. So next thing is what we will do is real quick. We'll come back to this one, and we can create a storage account name. So let me copy this and put it here. And storage account name, we'll use the same or a similar storage account. We used dev001. We can create dev002. Okay, that's what we'll do. And the resource group is, we'll use the same resource group. So we'll know. And this one is East US. Okay, let it be standard ZRS. Anyway, I'm going to delete this in a couple of minutes. We'll come and execute it from here, from the Cloud Shell. Maybe it's having some extra space. We never know that, because I just copied it. So sometimes it will have an extra space. So let's see. It should. There's a storage account we just created. See that? You can see that. Or did I give the same name? Sorry. It's mine. This is a little bit danger thing. So that's the reason we use the infrastructure as a code. So it maintains the state. If at all something else has to be there, only the changes it will reflect, rest it will not. By this 002. I will paste this command over here and execute it. So I told you, isn't it? When in the previous command, there might be some space or some special characters. It didn't recognize the standard ZRS. Now I just put it in a notepad and excluded all the extra space and those slashes. Now it's working. So we can come back to the resource group. God, this guy is troubling me to the core. And we should see that story account shortly. It will take time, but it will come back. So yeah, there you go. It's over here. So that's the second piece. So we created with Azure portal and we created using Azure CLI. So we did this. Now let's explore these two. So what we will do is first we'll uh, go to this location itself where I already started pushing few of the files. We'll again create all those things. Just wanted to walk you guys through this one. We have a demo container. I have one of this image. I'll take you back here. The storage account on the left now, the data storage, click on the containers. I just created a couple of containers. And even though you see there is a folder, but it's just a naming. But if you try to access that entire thing is this file. So there is no hierarchical thing. It's just a flat naming. OK, just want to show that. And you can click on any of those things and click on edit. So some of the files it will show right now here itself. OK, some of the things which it might not be able to. So at that point of time, there is no other go. We have to use some other tool to download and view. Suppose if it is a text file and I just click on this. So that shows this text file. OK, so let me go and click on this. And this is the URL for that blob. And I'm seeing that this is the container blob metadata. I will, oh, thanks. Will go, I'm unable to access that. So I'm putting it here. So a couple of volunteers, they can, as I was mentioning, I need a couple of volunteers. There will be 2-3 exercises like this quickly. So just check that. You guys will not be able to access it. OK, so what I do now is I'll come back to this container and change the access level. Private no access. That means no one will be able to access until unless I give a SAS token for that. So let's try the SAS token. OK, generate the SAS token that is for this particular blob. I'm saying that only people should be able to read it. And I need any one of the public IP. I mean, what's your IP? This one, IPv4. So I'll enable only to you. Even I'll not be able to see that. See that I'll not be able to see anyone who gives the IP address. I'll be able to punch the hole and give you that URL. So you'll be able to access it. OK, just in the interest of time, what I will do is if any volunteers, OK, someone pasted it. Let's do that. Who's that? OK, Sachin. 125. So what I'm doing is I'm adding Sachin's IP. OK, I'm saying that from 6 till 5:40 p.m. OK, so from 10 o'clock, 10:40 a.m., 1 hour. Or else I'll give only 9:50. I'll not give more. In 45, I'm a little stringy. Okay, I'm generating the SAS token. Now this is the SAS token. This is the blob URL. So guys, I'm pasting it, and others also they can try this link. And Sachin, if you're able to access, just give us a shout. Okay, let's try the SAS token URL. We are not able to access. Sachin, please give us a shout. Are you able to see the image?
Yes, able to access.
Okay, so the SAS token is pretty secure, where you can generate a SAS token and give either the time bound or the permission only for that particular item you select. Okay, in our case, Sachin is the only one who's able to view that. Now let me open up to the wild. Okay, what I do is uh, I can come back all of a sudden as I can go and change the key one, and Sachin will lose access. Even though he has got access for 5 minutes, he will lose it. Okay, now let's go back to the demo container and change the access level. Instead of private, I can say that blob anonymous access read only. That means only the blobs you'll be able to access. Now others can also try this URL. Now everyone should be able to see this image. Now everyone should be able to see this image. Now please try this URL and just give me a shout if you're able to see that. Anyone? Vishwajit or okay, Sudhanshu, you're able to see that. One or two more volunteers. Okay, just type it if you're able to access that. We have seen that. Now this is a little bit of SAS token and other things which we have seen it. Let's go to the next section. That okay, let's use this storage explorer and storage browser. So there's a tool called Azure Storage Explorer. There are a lot of options, so you can write your own storage explorer. So let me come back to this, and here you can see this storage browser. Now again, you can come in here and select this, and there's a and you can see that one. All the things which you're able to do it, you'll be able to do it from here. So this is the URL, and you can download and change the tier. I told, isn't it? So changing the tier to archive tier will not be possible at the storage level. It is possible at the block level. So hot is inferred. By default, it will be hot. So that means you might pay a little bit more to the storage, but the accessing, because you will access this pretty frequently, so you will pay less for data transfer, accessing it. So you might pay a little bit more on the storage. Now, if it is cold, you might pay a little bit lesser than the hot tier storage, but the retrieval cost will be a little bit more. And the archive, we have seen that you have to pay a lot to get that guy out. So anyways, I selected on priority. I see that it changed to hot tier because I said uh, high priority. Now let's change this one. Let's see this. Let's change it, and I'm going and putting back it to archive tier. So now that means it gets into the archive storage. And now this time I want to rehydrate, because now if I want to do any action on this, like we saw that I want to view. If I want to view that, it will not allow because it's not there in the storage. They moved it. Now until we rehydrate that, see this, the blob is currently archived and cannot be downloaded. reiterate the blob by changing the archive tier. This is one option. Other option is we can copy. So let's see how can we change it. Now I'm changing that to hot, but this time standard priority. So whatever the rest 40 minutes we spend, we'll see. Most probably it should not bring it back to hot tier because it's a standard priority. So it takes hours together. Okay, that's one point we covered. Now coming back to, I close this so that we have less windows to handle. Um, we are seeing that. Okay, this is one of the point which we covered now. So here you can add a directory now, and as well as you can go and upload the files and change access. You can do everything, whatever you can do. There again, you can go and do the copy the URL or generate the SAS token. Okay, you create a snapshot. Snapshot will be useful if that particular item is changing. On that point of time, you can use it, but we didn't enable this one. We'll see that snapshot, but I didn't enable the versions also. But that's a different thing. But let's see if we can do many different things like this one. We'll see it in action in C# programming shortly. Now coming back to this storage accounts. Okay, so let me go to my box over here. Azure Storage Explorer. It's coming in. Then close this.
Vishwajit.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Vishwanath. Sorry. Yeah. What are the difference between blob and container access level? Can you just talk about
Oh,
that?
okay. Okay. See the slide. Who's this?
Sachin.
Hey, Sachin. Thanks. You can call me Swami Sachin. Everyone calls me Swami.
Sure. Thank you.
Thanks. So let's come back to this one. We have to understand the types. So see this. The blob storage offers three types. One is the storage account itself. That is this one, the storage account. Okay. Now storage account has got multiple services. Out of that, the top four is this table, queues, file share, and the containers. Now, those containers will have, we can create different containers. Now, if you see this one, container is the one which will be holding set of files. Okay, one or more blobs. So at a mid level, if you see that storage account can have one or more containers, and each container can have one or more blob. So you can see that there will be limit. Just we need to see that what those limits are. So the container organizes set of blobs. Okay, it's similar to the directory, but not. We'll see that once we are doing the programming in C#. Okay, that can include unlimited number of containers. Okay, and container can store unlimited number of blobs, but behind the scenes there might be limit. I barely remember, but we need to ensure that what are those limits. Now if you see this blob is an individual item which gets stored inside a container. Okay, so blob could be like a store text file or binary files or PDFs or anything. So it can hold up to 4.7 TB. Okay, and when it comes to the page blob, it can hold up to 8 TB in size. Right. So that's at the top level, it's a storage account. And here you can see that you have containers. So containers, you can have multiple containers. Each of the container can have one or more of these files. Okay, so just I was talking about this folders for us to understand real quick. I'll execute this program. Again, we'll come back and revisit this program, but just wanted to give a quick understanding that even though we say that that is having a folder kind of thing, but it is not. We'll see that in a moment.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, so me one more point. Sorry to interrupt you
Yes,
here.
please.
So
Yeah.
whenever like even we say like access level, right? So for example, if we see everything is container, inside the container, everything we have a blob, right? And but still we can see the access level having a two option, whether it can be a type of blob or it can be a type of container. So then what is the difference between these two access level when we are saying blob versus container?
I understood. uh, See this. Let me go back to this container. I will go here. I select this and I change access level. So you can see this one access level. I'm saying private. That means nothing from this container will be exposed to the external world. I use programmatically, I use the keys or the connection string to access this, but I will not give the keys to anyone. So no one can access anything inside this container. Okay. That means you have your Almara, you kept books inside that and you locked it. No one can access. And here what you're telling is you have different racks. And if each rack has got its own lock and you've unblocked one rack, entire Almara has got 4 slots. You locked 3 slots and you unlocked 1 slot. So people can access that, but you put a glass door. No one can take out the books. It's something like that. You're saying that block anonymous access. That means you're saying that inside this container, I can access any of those blobs, any of those blobs. And the other thing is container anonymous access. That means I can read anything inside this blob. So let's see that one. That was a pretty good question. Let's get into this one. Now the access tier of this is anonymous, blob anonymous, read access only. Okay. So let me get into this file and give you the access. I mean, not give you the access, give you the URL. Okay. Can anyone try accessing this?
Yes, I can access.
You're able to access, right? Now, let's go back to this one and change the access tier to private. Now, can you access that again?
I can access.
Which one? The file?
Yes.
How come? I removed that.
I think you need to refresh it, Swami.
Oh, it's downloading. 1 second. I select this container, change the access, private no access. Okay, that's good. Oh, going the wrong way. I don't know why this mouse is moving. No problem. Let me do a refresh of this. Let me check that. Just give me a minute. Technically, it should not allow. Uh, ah, no, technically it should not allow. I don't know why it is allowing, but we will see that. Uh, it should not. It should not allow. I have another storage account. I think that I have enabled. Let me see that. What is this access level? Okay, why don't we create a new one? That way it will be. I'll create a new container. Demo container v2. I said private access. I just created this and come into this one. and upload a file. I'll upload a couple of files. So I'll upload 1, 2, 3, and 4. And part is inferred. You can see that at the, as we spoke, at the blob level, we can change it. We are uploading those files. The files has been uploaded. So let me, because at this point of time, the containers access is private. That's cool. Now let's go to this Postman image and I do an edit. That shows it. Now, oh, I don't need to generate the SAS token. Sorry. So let me come back to the overview and select this and put it inside the browser. It says, yeah, could you please try this now? This one. I'll paste all the URLs from this container. That's the other one. Okay, Sudhanshu, you are not able to access. So the storage browser. So I'm pasting it for all. Storage browser, container blob, metadata, Postman, curl, and storage explorer. I'll paste it. So this is what Sachina was talking about. So none of these images you'll be able to access. Okay, so that's the container. Private
right.
means nothing you'll be able to access. And blob, that means you'll be able to access that that particular blob. And anonymous accesses, you can do everything. It's a little risky. Container anonymous access. This is at a blob level. Okay, so that's being said.
Okay, so I'm sorry. So what was the difference between container versus blob? So like container having a
Container is a
more
folder.
access.
Container is a folder. Sachin, container is a folder,
Okay.
Sachin. See this.
Okay,
This is a container, demo blob container v2, and it has got set of files.
okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So that is this one. And working with AZ copy. Where did I keep that URL? AZ copy. Okay. See this one, AZ copy. So most of the things, if you use this storage accounts or something here, let me dismiss that. I'll close it. I'll install afterwards. If I see any of those storage account, and I can do everything here. I can create a new storage account and all these things from here. But if I have to copy some file from one container to another container, that means what is happening is from cloud, I need to download it to this local machine, and from this local machine, I'm uploading it to the cloud again. So the same thing happens here in this program. If we see that, we'll see in a 5 minutes. Let's hold it so that in one shot we'll go through this program. So the advantage of using this AZ copy, so it happens directly from cloud to cloud. It will not get the thing to the local machine itself. The local machine and our network is not at all used in this. Everything happens from cloud to cloud. Now let's quickly see that do I have the AZ copy or do I need to install? Let's check that. Okay, I don't have, no problem. That shouldn't be a big deal. Zip file. Okay. That's the one. Easy copy. Let's download this real quick. Copy the link. Let me download it here. Okay, that's cool. I have downloaded it. God, something is wrong with my mouse pointer. It's constantly moving. Okay, this is the tool. So I just copy this one piece to some other location. Let me put it here. Oh, God. Here, I call it as AZ copy. For the time being, let's stick to this folder instead of changing the path. Okay, so see this is pretty fast. So we can copy file from one container to another container, and it has got much more options. Whatever I'm giving you is just tip of the iceberg. Like if you go deep into the weeds, you can do a lot of things with different storage accounts, right? So with different storage account, you take this copy, AZ copy, and give the source and destination. So you can see this local path that's getting uploaded to one of the containers. So we can quickly try that one. And also you can see that if it needs the SAS token, you can give the SAS token, and then you can copy that entire. So recursive is true. So like sky is the limit. They've given bunch of options like easy. Easy copy login. You just log in into your account. So that way, what will happen is you don't need to give that SAS token and other things. But we can try one pretty simple thing. You might need to spend a little bit of time to get the SAS token. Let's see. We have this one in storage browser in demo container 2. And is it available in demo container 1? The storage is not there. So let's give that a shot. Uh, Let me get this storage browser. Generate the SAS for this one. So let me give a little bit of access because first we need to read this. And I am generating that. Okay, let me take the SAS URL over here and put it. And the next thing is we need to copy that into this container, right? So let me quickly go here. Just wanted to steal the in this container. Okay, so let's give this a try. Now, if I come to AZ copy between accounts, I can see that simple thing. We'll try AZ copy from blob path with the SAS token and container name blob path with the SAS token. Okay, so we'll generate another SAS token, but first we'll try without giving the SAS token to this guy. And here we can see the storage browser. Let's use the same blob name here. Okay. Storage browser. Copy. So let's go back real quick and do a AZ copy in this. AZ copy. This is the source. And this is the destination. What happened is that me create it here. Z copy. You just copied everything correct. Okay, Z copy. Sorry. Do the wrong command. Just give me 1 minute to fix that. Smooshing. Okay.
Is it the codes it is expecting for
Oh,
HTTP?
expect a SAS token. It is expecting a SAS token. Let me get the SAS. It is expecting a SAS token. I've given the complete SAS URL. Let me get into this. And, should access token. Okay, I just need to read from this. Generate the SAS token. Right. Right. Don't see anything. Blob path and SAS token. Right. Okay. 1 second. Let me delete that. Okay. Easy copy. And execute. If not, we will authentication. Okay. Let me log in this. Oh God, my mouse pointer. It's automatically moving. Okay. We go to this. It's the device login. And enter the code. I enter the code. That's my account once again. Ah, no problem. Just 1 minute. That is what? That's not allowing me. Yeah, we have given that. going to Blob tags also. It's a final shot. If it doesn't work, we will leave it and move forward. Let's give a final try. Okay, at both the sides I need to give. At both I need to give. So that's the SAS. Okay. And let me generate the SAS for the, I think this was for the container 2. Yep, let me go to the container 1 and generate the SAS container 1 and generate the SAS token. So I need permission to add, create, and write. And that permission should be allowed from all the places. And let me come and add that over here. Okay, I think this is the final try we'll give, folks. If not, we'll jump to the C# programming. So let me come in here and let me copy that and copy. Ah, it didn't copy. Something wrong in my mouse. Ah, I think I am doing some mistake. Okay, I will leave this here. We'll come back. We'll come back to that one. So coming back to the other section is this one. Okay, manage blob storage lifecycle. So let's see this lifecycle management. Let me go to this container, move here, lifecycle management. So this lifecycle management is used when you want to automate something. Now you can see the blobs when we were changing from one tier to another tier, we manually went and we added that from hot tier to cool tier, archive tier, and from archive tier to hot tier. You can see this. Still, it says that reiterate is pending because we did the standard one. So this can be done in an automatic fashion. That is through this lifecycle management. So you can see this, enter the rule like move files to archive. Okay, apply rule to all the blobs in the storage account, or you can filter it. Like what type of blobs are there? Whether you want to act on the storage, snapshot as well as the versions, you can specify. So we can specify like if the blobs are more than 30 days, then whether the delete the blob or move the blob to cold tier. And so like this, we can keep some of the rules here. So what it will happen is when we go and access any of those blobs, one thing we will see is if you go and select this file, and one key thing what it says is what was the last modified. So last modified was 7.6 at last night, 12:44. I added this file. So that is the last modified. So the number of days it counts based on the last modified. So we can have a set of rules, my lifecycle management rules, because if we are not updating any file for past 30 days or 60 days based on our use case. If we don't need it, we can move that to the archive tier or to the cold tier. And again, moving that to the archive tier, something is wrong, really. Automatically, this is getting popped up and the mouse, see that the mouse pointer is moving automatically. I'll check that. So that is very important to configure it based on our use case. And let's see this in action now. How do we get the this metadata for blobs? We'll spend and then we'll see the C# programming. Now let me open the Postman. Let me open the Postman. Spend 1 minute time. Okay, good. So what's this? I can use right mouse click and copy that. So let me come to collection and add a new request. And I'm doing a head tag on that. Okay, so that gives the metadata over here. You can see that. See, name and purpose, just for demo and purpose. So which I did it for just for demo. So if I come back to this just for demo. Okay, I can come to this metadata and I have to and July 2022. So let me add this. Now come back and here you can see this. There were 9 headers. Now I do it's 10. So when it is coming, that's a format. It comes in here. Now the same thing if you want to get this metadata, you can just click on this code and this gives you curl, or you can do C# and Dart, Go, HTTP, JavaScript. Lot of things are there here. Anything you need, just select what do you need. Just select it and copy and open any of those shell, whether it is a WSL or a bash. Select the bash and paste it, and you'll get the same thing here. Whether you use it through Postman or and how do you convert? I just showed it. Just click on this icon over here, the code icon. Now, whatever the thing which you're comfortable, whether C# or Go native or Dart or HTTP, anything you want, like you can take that and copy. Okay, so that is how we can do that. So let's see this one mini project now. Okay, is there a query now? Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. So, separate AZ login. I'll check that why that is troubling me. I'll get back to you on the chart window uh, in the same meetup. I'll get back to you on that one. But AZ login is not required if you give the SAS token, because see this, that AZ copy supports different kind of authentication mechanisms. So definitely, I'm sure that we don't need that. See this, if it is a blob storage, you either need a Azure AD or the SAS token. The blob storage also same, and the file storage, it only needs SAS token. These are the 3 options. So I'm doing some small mistake for sure, hooking up the SAS token, but I'll get back to you by today evening with the command in the same chat window of our today's session. Okay, let's come back and see this. This is a very small program which I have written yesterday. I mean, written in the sense it is from the .NET samples itself. Just a little bit I customized it. I mean, not much, a very small customization because let's see this. I have two folders, uploads and downloads, and here is the app settings. So inside this app settings, what is happening? Okay, inside the tab setting, I have the blob connection string, I have the blob container name where it should act, and files for snapshot and delete and upload. So let's come back. What is the container name? The container name is demo container. So let's come back here, and this is the one, demo container. And inside this delete me, if you go and see, since yesterday, I was trying some snapshots. So last night at 12:30, 12:40 to 12:45, I created a couple of snapshots. So that's there. So now let's see that block by block. I'm adding the configuration so that it will read the app settings. And one thing is, if you go and select the app settings, because this is the Windows version, console version, we need to do that. You need to make it a build action as content and copy if new. If I don't do that, and if I don't do that, and if I execute this program, so it will break. Just give it a minute. It will break if we don't give that. Okay. So that's the first tip. The second tip is I'm coming back to that, and I said that's the content type and copy if newer. Now that will fix this problem. And the second thing is I'm reading the values from this connection string. I'm reading it. And the thing is that I'm using this one, user secrets. So that is the reason you're not seeing the blob connection string here. That's there in my user connection string in the secrets. So how do you get to that? As manage user secrets, you'll come and you'll see this one over here. And okay, that's the only tip there. What is happening with the mouse pointer? It moves automatically. Okay, that's cool. Now let's see that. The few things. First thing is create container async. So if the container doesn't exist, it creates. If the container exists, it will not take any action. That's a first task. So let's see that here. And what is the container name which we have given? The container name is demo container. So let's see that we go into this and do an F level and see the container already exists. So create if exists. Okay, if not exists, it creates it. So after that, what we are doing is we are saying that just select the file name, only the delete me file, which will be there. So now what is happening is in this solution explorer, there are files, a lot of files are there, the files for upload. So what it does is it takes each one of the file entry and get the file name, split it, and then it uploads the file. Okay, so what is the status? Status if it is 201, that means file has been perfectly uploaded. Now you can see that the URI of that is this one, URI of that. And if the file name is delete, then we'll create the snapshot and we'll delete that file also. This is the second file which we are going, and we are seeing that it gets uploaded and the file name is delete. So I just go ahead and create the snapshot. And let's see that there should be a fourth snapshot for delete file. I will come in here and check the snapshot. What is the container name? Okay, that's in demo blob container v1. Demo blob container v1. And here is a snapshot. You can see that. So the previous snapshot was at 1 a.m. today. And the second snapshot is 10:26, which is this timestamp. And then what we do is, because I said delete file is false. And let me come out of this. So it uploaded all these files. And now it lists all the blobs. So you can see that it's pretty simple. You do get blob async and you go, and it also downloads. You can see that it's downloading. So let's do one thing. Let me go and open in File Explorer, bin debug.net downloads folder. Okay, how many files it has downloaded? What is this item? Okay, only the first file it has downloaded. So I delete these things. Okay, now let's see that. This file name, it's delete me text. Okay, right now it is not here. I do this one. You see this copy of delete me. Select this, it goes and deletes all the, downloads all this file and delete container. Right now delete container is false, so it doesn't delete. So what I will do is I will say delete file to true, as well as the container to true. Okay, so now we don't need to see all these things, and this one we will definitely need. And while listing the blob, we were checking that the delete condition here. We'll just keep it here. Okay, the first file is, we'll add one more file because now we don't need to go configure anything. Now I'll call this as simple 6th by 2022. Okay. Now that file has been added. Now I'll get going on this one and let's see. Should have uploaded that file. What is name? Yeah, it's delete me. So now it is okay. Before it deletes, let's see that. Let's see that. Here, other snapshots also. One snapshot at 1 a.m., another at 10:26, 10:29, and 10:29, 06 and 43. Now let me execute this. Delete that. Now come back and refresh. That's gone. And I do a continue. Okay, this is the one which we uploaded now. Created on 6th July. And the container is true. Now I'll delete the container. It is deleting it. Yeah, because if we execute this, sometimes we'll get an error saying that the container is written deleting see that the specified container is being deleted. Even though we don't see that here in this browser, but that action is uh, taking behind the scene. So it takes some time. So that's it, folks. I planned to show this one also, static web app, but I think we can quickly see that it's not a big thing. Let's go to any of those storage account. Check for the static web app and enable that. And index.html and just save on that. Okay, that's the endpoint. I will copy that endpoint. Let's access that endpoint. It didn't find that. And a very important thing is it shows the folder where you have to upload it. Okay, this is the folder where we have to upload that. So let me go and check. Do I have any of those? I definitely do have that. JavaScript. Yeah, beginners. Template. That's the one. At least we can upload this. Come in here and go to that and upload. Select the files. Okay. I mean, the style sheets I didn't copy. It looks pretty ugly now when we go, but we'll, because we didn't copy the style sheet. Okay. Now upload. I think I can. That should be in scripts. This should be in styles. Let me upload that. Okay, I could have moved it in the parent location, but the netnet is the same thing. You will be able to do that. And another quick thing what we can do is I can close this solution and create a new simple Blazor WASM. Hello world of the Blazor WASM. Uh, Blazor WebAssembly. And I'm calling it as Blazor App 1. It's .NET 6. Okay, so I'm not selecting it as ASP.NET hosted. It's just a simple Blazor WASM. It will not take much time. We'll just build and we'll publish this. In the meanwhile, I'll go and remove that 2 files. I'll delete that because we have selected those options while creating it. That's the reason it is asking us to overwrite that. Something is wrong. This is the one. Simple. Hello world of this counter. let's see how we can deploy this Blazor WASM. So what I can do is go to the solution and right mouse click. Oh, see that. Cancel, cancel, cancel. This is something is wrong. And I click on publish. And inside the publish, I'll select folder because let's select the folder. Let it publish everything to this folder. Publish is done. Let's publish that. Azure Storage Explorer. Let me copy this one. Let me go and copy the connection string from here, access keys. Okay, so I'll copy this connection string and come back to this Azure Storage Explorer because it will be easy for us to do an entire upload. Technically, we can use the AZ copy also because right now I'm facing some problem. I'm not using it, but we could use that one also. So all we can do is we need a new storage account. Wow. New storage account, connection string or SAS token. Now it is SAS token means it will be pretty secure. Like which one do you want to access, which one you don't want. All these things which you can access. And this is the one which we want to access. It's taking a lot of time. Now it is a blob container. Web. I can upload the entire folder. I select this and select the folder and upload this. Let's see. Okay, we have all these things, and I think we need to upload one more file, which was one level above. This was there. Then we can go here. index.html. That is one thing we can do is, let me go there and copy these things out. Now, actually, there's some problem in my mouse pointer. It is troubling. So technically, what we can do is I can go there and simply copy everything and go one level above, and simply I can paste it over here. Okay, so it's coming back web dub root to web. It is one level here. It is coming, and this will be done in 2 minutes, guys. So let's come back to this. We don't need to do all these gimmicks. We'll see that Blazor WASM application getting downloaded, and you can see this counter and you can see this one. Actually, I planned to showcase the Angular application also, but due to lack of time, we have stopped ourselves with this two things. One thing is we saw how to do a simple HTML, CSS, JavaScript application, and how do you upload the Azure, Blazor WASM application. Similar concept is Angular. You can get any Angular file, Angular project, and do a build, generate that dist folder, and copy everything from that dist folder into that $web. That includes the index.html. So you'll be able to see that. Okay. So cool. That's it, guys. So I have one action item. I'll definitely get back to you guys on that by today evening. Copy, and I'll upload the documentation also with the AZ command. I'll definitely do that. Okay. So thanks, guys. Anything else? Any queries or any feedback, positive or negative, that will definitely help me improvise. So please feel free to unmute and speak. Anything else? Okay. Rashmita?
Yes, Swami, I don't think that we have question for today, so we can wrap up. Thank you
Right.
so much for an amazing session, and thank you all for joining us today. Please do share your feedback about today's session. I've already displaying my screen, so the survey link with the event ID. That's very important for us. Also, feel free to use the Learn module link shared in the chat section. This will give you access to additional resources to take your learning further. Also, please visit our Microsoft Reactor Bengaluru meetup page for more upcoming session. Thank you all once again and enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye, folks. Have a good rest of the day.